Jay-Z and Roc Nation have been called out by MIA in an explosive rant in which she claimed she is not allowed to see her child. The British rapper went on a lengthy social media tirade on Thursday, February 8, making reference to Joe Biden, Julian Assange, and the war in Palestine. The Paper Planes star initially wrote, "Biden won't let me see my child. The longest processing is meant to be 2 months and it's already been that," and shared a screenshot of an email claiming she is ineligible for a US visa. She added, "They basically saying I have to wait for a Republican to come to office, because 9 months from now is the election." MIA then claimed that her 14-year-old son, Accuses, is currently staying with people convicted of sex trafficking. "I'm not allowed to see my child for stealing food at 18, when I was poor, yet your government is okay with my child being with family convicted for child trafficking and sex cults okay. The difference between me and migrants coming in, is that I can't vote. I am paying U.S. taxes, 2.6. She alleged that she was denied a visa due to her support of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange and her calls for a ceasefire in the conflict between Israel and Palestine. "I have shown support for Julian, for 14 years and have been to the USA many times. The only thing different this time is, I called for a ceasefire and spoke out against genocide and ethnic cleansing," she wrote. "Now I am forced to pick between my child and speaking up for what's right by God." MIA, whose child was fathered by musician and businessman Benjamin Bronfman, then alleged a conspiracy involving her ex-husband's prominent family and her former label Roc Nation, writing, "My first custody battle was 2013. My child was 4. I was managed by Jay's, who ultimately was paid by Bronfman's." She also screenshotted a Wikipedia article about the NXIVM cult, which included among its leadership 2 of Bronfman's cousins. She then claimed, "Be very clear why my Mithanji record was buried in 2013, before adding, I sacrificed my career for my child. They ripped me off and copied my style and gave it to their puppets and shadow banned me on every platform. But it was worth it to save him from the madness of what you know now." MIA also alleged there was a connection between the Bronfman family, Hillary Clinton, and the Libyan regime after Colonel Gaddafi was killed. Hillary Clinton gave Sarah Bronfman Gaddafi's oil fields after killing him. "I was punished for saying he helped Africa. Then they tried to send my child to one of her schools. When I went to visit the school, the children looked dozy and drugged and I couldn't tell why. I refused." The rapper, who also used to be in a relationship with Diplo, then took aim at Jay-Z and Roc Nation. "The day I was served, for my child, Roc Nation stopped all communication with me and all my emails to Jay's asking for help was wiped from my inbox. My was broken into and every lap was taken. I was trapped in Brooklyn on order served that restricted me leaving BKLYN for 15 years. She went on, "I had sex in Texas once in 2008. I wish my fight for my child was just with a random dad and not the entire cesspool of US government and all global banking institutions and now Israel's war and military industrial complex and a bunch of pedos. Like how Hillary Clinton gave Sarah Bronfman Gaddafi's oil fields after killing him. I was punished for saying he helped Africa. Then they tried to send my child to one of her schools. When I went to visit the school, the children looked dozy and drugged and I couldn't tell why. I refused." MIA also alleged that her son was vaccinated without her consent, pointing the finger at Canadian fashion designer and activist Aurora James, who she says is a friend of Beyoncé and Solange. "Aurora, James vaccinated my child without my permission. They manipulated my child by lying, to a 12-year-old, pretending to be his mom, of cause, if it's not your own child, you don't care how you can psychologically, damage a child with mental games." She Beyoncé and Solange's friend. "Again, they vaccinated him even after calling me an anti-vaxxer and humiliating me in the press for good 2 years, and cancelling my latest Mata record from all promo and touring. Again sacrificing another LP, yet they still vaccinated him at 12 to get at me." Jay-Z, Roc Nation, the Bronfman family, Aurora James and Hillary Clinton have not yet responded to the various claims made